The Dodgers have offered Juan Soto a contract. That's right. The Dodgers are still actively pursuing Juan Soto, and this is definitely huge news to say the least. I'm here to get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 21% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button, but 78% of you have not subscribed yet. Myself, Brad J, we're bringing you everyday Dodger content. You're not going to find content like this anywhere else on YouTube. We're the best Dodger channel out there. Make sure to subscribe. Let's get right into it. Of course, the Dodgers have made a highly competitive contract offer to Juan Soto. This is just, less than an hour ago, a little over an hour ago, this broke. Per ESPN's Alden Gonzalez, the Dodgers have made a highly competitive offer to Soto, even though they are not looked upon as favorites for the four-time All-Star. It's unclear what constitutes a highly competitive offer to Soto, but it's safe to assume it probably starts at least $600 million. Oh, my God. Imagine that. The Dodgers are offering a player over $600 million the year they win the World Series. It's absolutely crazy. This, of course, may not even be the top bid he is receiving from, of course, other teams. John Heyman reported there's an expectation that Soto could end up getting at least $700 million. This is from an article he wrote yesterday for the New York Post. Offers, concrete offers that have already been confirmed from the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Mets, and the Toronto Blue Jays still in there, which is kind of surprising that Blue Jays still, despite, the Blue Jays, we know, are a Canadian team and usually don't have the budgets to, pay this kind of money. We know they didn't have that budget last year with Ohtani, but according to sources, it seems like they have more of a budget for Juan Soto. Kind of surprising. But anyway, still involved, those teams, and of course, the Dodgers are still a team that is involved. Jeff Passan, of course, noted last month the Dodgers wouldn't actively pursue Soto, but they would consider him if the market wasn't as strong. But it looks like the market is definitely stronger than what people are expected. But the Dodgers are still seem like they haven't really, got out of it. They're still kind of involved, made a competitive offer. Seems like the offer probably came in recently because it didn't seem like we had any reports that the Dodgers had made a concrete offer. And that's when you start to wonder, I'm sure you guys think the same thing, comment below if you agree with me, maybe that's why Teoscar Hernández has not been signed yet. I mean, it's kind of surprising. We got a pretty good source a couple days ago, David Vassay of AM 570, kind of coming out and saying on the radio that there was a deal being worked out, right? There's a deal being finalized between the Dodgers and Hernandez. And since then, we haven't heard anything. It's been basically silent on that front. There's been no other source that's come out and said a word about it. Nobody confirmed Vassay's report. Nobody confirmed Vassay's comment on the rate. Nobody said anything. Nothing. We have gotten absolutely nothing in the last 2 days, which is kind of concerning if you want Teoscar to be signed by the Dodgers. I know a lot of you have commented. You guys want to see Hernandez come back, and I want him to come back as well. I mean, the guy was great for the Dodgers in his first year wearing Dodger blue. I mean, think about it. He won the World Series. He won the Home Run Derby. Of course, the Home Run Derby doesn't help the Dodgers in any way, but still, the guy, was great all year. He's got power. He's a consistent hitter. During the regular season, we talked about how he's an unsung MVP, doesn't get enough credit. Dodgers were, they were struggling. Let's be honest. The Dodgers didn't have the best regular season in a year that they ended up winning the World Series because I don't know if you guys remember, us true blue Dodger fans, in the last few years, there's been regular seasons where this team has been absolutely extraordinary, right? I mean, having 15, 20-game leads, basically cruising in July, August, and September with basically nothing to play for after July 4th. That's been the Dodgers' MO in the last few years. It just shows you what a great team they've been. And then, of course, the playoffs come, and they've been completely out of rhythm and just not all there, and they've lost in the first round. It's been a nightmare, right? And then this 2024 season comes, and they're faced with so much adversity during the regular season with injuries, the pitching rotation completely, depleted with injuries and struggles, and just everything went wrong for the Dodgers this year. Everything. And, even myself included, I thought maybe this year it's just not going to work out. There's too many injuries. The Dodgers just don't have enough pitching. And they definitely proved me wrong, and they proved a lot of us wrong because they had one of the best offensive efforts in Major League Baseball history, and that has a lot to do with Teoscar Hernandez. So, re-signing him has to be a priority, but maybe not. Maybe the Dodgers have Juan Soto as a player that they are interested in. There's clearly interest from the Dodgers. And I think the interest comes because the Dodgers just don't want to see Soto wearing a Yankees jersey or a Mets jersey next year. We've seen that before. The Dodgers go out and spend money just so somebody else doesn't get him. And I don't know. What do you guys think? If the Dodgers sign Juan Soto, will they also sign Teoscar Hernandez, right? I mean, would they sign both? Because we haven't really gotten a concrete report from anybody out. That's what's been a little surprising for me. I don't know what you guys think, but it's been a bit surprising how we haven't had like a concrete source come out and say, yeah, the Dodgers would be willing to sign both. Because technically they could. I mean, there's no rules against them not signing both. Why can't they sign both players? It doesn't seem like that's come out, though. It doesn't seem like the Dodgers have any, there's no report, right? There's no report saying that the Dodgers would sign both players, right? It seems like the Dodgers are kind of trying to get just one of them, which is, I don't know, why not? Why not sign both? Why not try to get both of these players? Because, I mean, if the Dodgers sign Soto, right? Let's say Soto decides to sign for less than $700 million, because maybe the Dodgers don't offer, they're not going to offer him probably Ohtani money, right? I mean, I would be surprised if they did, but I don't think they're not going to offer him more than what they offered Ohtani, and maybe not even as much as what they offered Ohtani, right? Ohtani is the highest paid player. Well, it's deferred money, but you know what I mean. He has the biggest contract on the Dodgers at present time, right? The biggest contract in baseball. Is Soto going to get more money than Ohtani? I don't think so, right? I mean, I don't believe so. I mean, I think he could get the same amount. I mean, I can't believe. I mean, maybe he is going to get more money, but I think Ohtani is the best player in baseball, and he should be the highest paid player in baseball. But Soto is a 26-year-old player. He hasn't even entered his prime, and that's why the interest is through the roof from these four teams. And it looks like him and his agent are asking for at least $700 million. Like the report said from Adrian Gonzalez, we don't know exactly what is a competitive offer that the Dodgers have offered, but it was competitive, right? According to the source. Who's a good source from ESPN? Adrian Gonzalez has reported on baseball the last few years, and he's come out with some good tidbits, right? He was behind the Ohtani story last year, and now of course he's behind the Soto story this year. So it's hard to know. I think the Dodgers have made an offer. They're still interested. It's concerning if you want to see Hernandez on the Dodgers, and this is definitely holding it up, right? I'm pretty sure, though, which there's some sources saying that the Soto decision is going to come soon, right? Some are saying it's going to come in the next few days, right? So if we get a decision for him, going to the Yankees for whatever, going to the Mets for whatever, the Hernandez deal is coming right after, right? I would say so. What do you guys think? Comment below. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!